Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, at the start of any defence debate, even on adjournment, it is important to recognise the quality and the commitment of our armed forces, our Army, our Navy, our Air Force and the civilian defence staff who work for the security and strength and safety of our country. And as someone who has visited Iraq and Afghanistan on many occasions, I think it's important that in this debate we pay tribute to all those who are serving in Afghanistan at the moment and the contribution that they have made to the security of this country. I think in the week that precedes Armistice Day, it's also important to recognise those who gave their lives in the service of this country. And I think on this day and in this month, it is important to say to those people who lost their lives in Afghanistan that they will never be forgotten and their influence lives on in the lives of the people they leave behind. Now, Mr. Speaker, I have been the Member of Parliament for one of the constituencies of Fife for 27 years now, and I'm pleased that the other Members of Parliament for Fife are with us this evening, and I applaud my friend, the Honourable Member for Dunfermline, for securing this debate this evening and securing this above-average attendance for an adjournment debate. And in that time, these 27 years, the whole history of Fife has revolved around the future and the fate of Rosyth Dockyard. Winston Churchill said of Rosyth that it was the best defended war harbour in the world, in recognition of the work that was done by Rosyth during the Second World War, in refitting as an emergency all the vessels that were sent to sea from that area of Scotland. At the same time, over these last 30 years, the naval base has closed, and Rosyth Dockyard and Naval Base, which once employed 15,000 people, now employs 1,500 people. It is the only base that can assemble the aircraft carriers that have been commissioned by this country. It is also the only base that can service by refitting these carriers in the future. And I think it is important to recognise that when announcements are to be made by the Ministry of Defence, that Rosyth is the base that is able to refit these carriers in the years to come. I want to be very clear with this House about the reasons why the aircraft carriers are important to this country. And I believe that debate has been clouded over the last few weeks by many things that have been said. These are military decisions made on military advice for military reasons. And the reason that these decisions have been made is this: that if we are to retain a global presence as a navy, as armed forces, and as a country, then we will need these aircraft carriers in the years to come. We will need them not only because they are important to the defence of the Falklands, but they are important for maintaining the 500-year role of the Royal Navy in being available to assist in any part of the world. Now, my honourable friend has put the case for the refitting work to come to Rosyth. He has said that it is better to refit at Rosyth than to refit in France. He has also said that the workforce of Rosyth are skilled, educated and trained people who have given their lives to the service of this country. And I think it is important to recognise in this debate that we are talking about the future of people's lives, people who are giving their lives for the security and for the service of this country. Mr. Speaker, thank you for allowing this adjournment debate this evening. And I think the words of my honourable friend for Dunfermline in speaking up, not just for the Royal Navy, but for the civilian defence workers, are words that will be well heard in Plymouth and in Portsmouth, as well as in Rosyth, because we owe a duty to the workers in all these dockyard areas of the country.
To reply to the debate, I call the Minister, Mr. Peter Love.